Have you done any work on earnings for next year or the year after?
We're actually working on it now. Our outlook comes out December 12th.
All right. So we'll check back with you then.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, what sectors do you favor at this point?
Well, I think the template that we think makes sense is buy things that either benefit from a dovish Fed or a Trump White House, which is small caps, cyclicals like the financials, the regional banks and industrials, and of course crypto, especially Bitcoin and some of the proxies like MicroStrategy and Semler Scientific.
But did you hear what we were just talking about? Can the Trump administration get away with the pro-growth policies and a dovish Fed at the same time? Because some of them work against the Fed being able to cut rates.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say the market is very skeptical at the moment. That's what we're hearing from our clients. But that also means that's room for positive surprise. And I think one thing to be mindful of is the Fed can be dovish even if there's resilient growth as long as inflationary pressures and expectations remain intact. And so far, that's been the case.
Has it, though? We're seeing a little bit firmer core readings on inflation, and I guess it depends on what he does with tariffs.
Yeah, but if you look at survey expectations, whether the Federal Reserve Survey or UMich, we're seeing 5, even 6-year lows on inflation expectations. So we're back to pre-pandemic levels from what consumers see. And then if oil falls, as you know, that sort of pushes down the inflation forward curve.
On the 1-year expectations, right?
Yeah.
Fives have not been as well behaved.
That's right. And, those surveys are notoriously a little funky because if you look at the range of answers and the actual data, some people put 1,000% as the survey answer. So they can tend to skew the actual medians.
Right. Meantime, there is this school of thought that commodities are not suggesting rampant inflation or a return to a double-top CPI. You got Europe increasingly exporting disinflationary narratives, certainly China.
Yes,
right?
That's right. And I think there are many people who thought inflation would pick up because of tariffs. But as you know, it's not clear really what ends up being implemented. And if we get milder tariffs, that's actually less inflationary pressures.
In the ever-volatile world of stock markets, where swings are as unpredictable and erratic as a cat on a hot tin roof, all eyes have turned sharply toward Nvidia Corporation. This renowned leader in the semiconductor industry, which recently basked in the glory of an impressive meteoric rise, now faces a subtly significant slide below its short-term moving averages. This unexpected downturn has set tongues wagging among both seasoned professionals and casual traders alike. They are buzzing with anticipation and speculation about what this new development could mean for the semiconductor behemoth. With financial sages, including CNBC's charismatic Jim Cramer, weighing in on the potential future trajectory of Nvidia, an imminent tension looms over the stock's immediate fate. Amidst a sea of cautionary tales and market analysis, a few brave souls stand daringly optimistic about the company's prospects, causing quite the stir in investment circles. What implications could this conundrum hold for investors observing the semiconductor space with bated breath? Let's take a deeper dive into Nvidia's current predicament and explore why it is more crucial now than ever before to pay attention to this unfolding drama. Welcome back, everyone, to Investocracy.
John Vinn, KeyBank equity research analyst. I like the way you approach this, John. It almost reminds me of a Ben Franklin close. You've got everything I could possibly use. You got a bull case. You give me what your bullish fiscal year 26 earnings per share estimate is and what a premium multiple would look like. And then you give me the reasons why. And you've also got a bear case. With a lower multiple and a much lower earnings per share estimate. So nobody really knows, and you've given me a lot of reasons for both. What you finally come to, though, is that you're overweight the stock with a price target of 180. Let's go over some of the bull and bear case. The latest earnings was pretty solid, and so was the outlook.
Yeah, that's correct. These guys continue to put up numbers that are above expectations. You see continued upward revisions in estimates. They're on the verge of kind of ramping a new generation product called Blackwell, which is going to give, provide them with kind of a step function uplift in terms of kind of the pricing that they're going to get and also just the performance in AI trading for their customers.
Nvidia Corporation, a name that resonates with innovation in the semiconductor realm, now finds itself standing at a particularly intriguing crossroads. After delighting in a spectacular 174% rise over the past year, the stock has made a disconcerting turn into an area below its 8-day and 20-day simple moving averages. This downward shift hasn't escaped the scrutiny of astute market analysts and enthusiasts who've been tracking every move. As Nvidia's stock descended to a precarious $130.95 in after-hours trading, it sent jitters and speculation through the financial community. Traders and analysts are hunched over countless charts, coffee in hand, dissecting potential implications and pondering the paths forward. Enter Jim Cramer, a formidable voice in market commentary who took to social media with the fervor of a modern-day oracle. He predicted a vicious and fast reversal as Nvidia finds itself under the increased scrutiny of international regulators. Of significant note is China's antitrust investigation into the 2020 acquisition of Mellanox Technologies. Allegations suggest Nvidia is potentially stifling competition by bundling AI chips with Mellanox's NVLink technology, a strategic tactic that has captured the attention of antitrust watchdogs with fervor. But before going on with the video, are you into cryptocurrency? If so, check out our second channel, Investocracy Crypto. We bring you breaking news, expert analysis, and the latest trends in the fast-moving world of digital assets. Whether you're a seasoned crypto investor or just curious about the future of finance, we've got something for you. Click the link in the description to subscribe to Investocracy Crypto now. Don't miss out and stay ahead of the game. Now, let's get back to the video.
It's going to continue to outstrip competition for GPUs and AI. If the company were able to earn $5.30, your high-end estimate, and you put 38 times that, you could get to $200, although you've got a 180 price target. Let's talk about the bear case, because no one ever really, we don't hear that much. But if instead of $5.30, you think the downside possible earnings per share miss would be $3.50, and if you put 29 times on that, you're all the way down to 100. So you can get to a range of 100 to 200 on what's fair value. What goes into the bear case?
Yeah, there's a couple of things that's driving the bear case, and probably a little bit what's driving kind of the more recent pullback that you've seen in the stock is two things, right? These guys are dominant in terms of their market share in the market. They probably have kind of 85, 90% share. So if you are a customer of NVIDIA, you've got two alternatives right now, right? You can buy another merchant solution from, probably the second biggest merchant provider of AI silicon is probably going to be AMD, or you can kind of build your own, like Google has with its TPU. So, I think what's driving some of the recent concerns is Broadcom reported last week. They've got three major customers right now that they're working with to build AI chips, right? It's Google, it's ByteDance in China, and it's Meta. And they put out a SAM forecast of 60 to 90 billion in fiscal 27, which would imply that their AI revenues are going to quadruple in 3 years. So if you kind of do the math, that would imply that is potential share loss at the expense of NVIDIA, right? So that would be some of the concerns that's driving kind of the near-term pullback in NVIDIA that we're seeing right now.
Not everyone is reaching for their bearish caps and forecasting doom and gloom, however. Enter Steven Straza, who offers a contrarian perspective with a dose of humor, noting that momentum is not even close to oversold, implying that the ominous storm clouds may be more bluster than substance. Signs of optimism glimmer on the horizon as semiconductors bounce back to form, hitting all-time highs and capturing the market's attention. Straza's sentiment finds resonance in the bustling chatter of investment forums, suggesting that the market's recent behavior could be a mere shakeout. This term refers to strategic maneuvers creating opportunities for fresh buying interest, paving the way for future stock rallies. In parallel, a diverse array of analysts is unveiling myriad forecasts with an average price target for Nvidia set at $170.56, consolidated from the views of 40 different experts. Among these, high flyers like Rosenblatt are projecting an ambitious upward trajectory, forecasting the stock could soar to an impressive $220 by November 2024, provided the stars align favorably. Conversely, More conservative estimates, such as those from New Street Research, offer grounded predictions of $120 by August 2024. Nonetheless, the collective vision hints at a promising 18.11% upside potential, suggesting Nvidia could reclaim its zest and momentum sooner than anticipated. But before going any further, if you made it this far into the video, thank you. These videos take a lot of effort and time to make, so if you enjoyed them, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. This goes a long way in helping us grow. That said, back to the video.
When you take everything into account, you still think it's a good buy here at under $130?
Yes, absolutely. I would say, a couple things, right? One, we're far from being a zero-sum game right now, right? The AI market is growing well north of 100%. It's probably going to grow, 60, 70% in 26. So you've got massive growth in the overall TAM. You've got multiple winners here, including Nvidia, Marvell, and Broadcom are all going to benefit. I think AMD is making some good progress there, but with the launch of Blackwell, this is a pretty big step function up in performance. So we think they're going to maintain pretty dominant share in the merchant market. On the custom AI side, right, where a Broadcom and a Marvell are going to come in. Obviously they've got big customers who are investing a lot of R&D dollars into building their own AI chips, but there's a little bit of uncertainty there, other than Google right now, and maybe AWS to some extent with Trainium. There's a little bit of uncertainty in terms of whether a hyperscaler or another AI provider can be successful building their own AI chips.
As the metaphorical curtain falls on this stock market spectacle featuring Nvidia, investors are left teetering on the tantalizing edge of potential and opportunity. While the current state of play suggests challenging times ahead, there are subtle yet persistent rumors of potential growth that could captivate those who dare to watch closely. Nvidia finds itself embroiled in trials and tribulations, yet remains true to its core of innovation and excellence in the semiconductor domain. The company harbors a deep-seated resilience with undercurrents of promise for future successes. With its towering stature and unyielding reputation, Nvidia is not an entity to be dismissed lightly. Now, more than ever, the situation presents a fascinating prospect for those with an eye for both risk and reform. As new highs or potential lows brew on the financial horizon, we pose the question to you, dear viewer. What's your take on Nvidia's dance with destiny? Are you willing to place your bets on this tech titan's market sway? Join the conversation and share your valuable insights, because while markets may be fickle, investor discussions are always rich with insight and perspective. And finally, if you would like to know what companies like Nvidia have been up to these past few days, go ahead and click on the next video on your screen. See you there.